Channel. Today I'm doing a video on how I straighten my hair and the process I go through. So I'll be showing you just the techniques that I use to straighten my hair. I've already done 3 sections on my hair, but I do the same routine on all sections of the hair. So I'm just going to show you one section. It's my last section that I have left on blow drying. I already washed and conditioned my hair. So now I'm going to start with the blow drying process. I'm going to show you exactly how I go about doing that. I start off by grabbing me a t-shirt that's going to pull out the excess water as I'm blow drying it. So I'm just going to hold the t-shirt on the ends of my hair to pull out the water as I'm blow drying the top of it. I start blow drying on a medium heat setting, but I guess the power of the blow dryer is on high. So, and I do use the tension method. Enough of the water with the towel. I just go ahead and drop it and use my hands to go ahead and tug on my hair to give it a tight pull to kind of pull the strands straight, and then I'm gonna blow dry from there. So I'll come back when I'm finished. I'm gonna go through my non-wash and just make sure it's all smooth as possible and tangle free as possible when you flat iron your hair. So you want to make sure that you get all your tangles out. And I went through and detangled as I had conditioner in when I was deep conditioning too, so that's why this is fairly easy for me. If you do not detangle your hair before you start the drying process, it's going to be a difficult task, most likely. All right, and I'm going to go through and finish. I feel like I'm completely done with this section. Close to maybe a little damp in the roots, but I'll go through and blast the rest of my hair, like through the roots, after I'm done with the length of the blow drying process. Now this takes about anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes per section. Per each section. I gotta hang now. You want to make sure you definitely don't have any of these while dealing with your natural hair, because it will snag it. But yeah, so I like to take my time when I go through and make sure that I blow dry it correctly so that I'm not pulling and tugging and breaking the hair. But this is a very lengthy process. It takes about 40 minutes for me to blow dry my hair totally. Okay guys, I'm back. I have finished straightening the rest of my hair. I gotta fix this little part right here. I didn't get the curl out of the root that good, but getting ready to start on the rest of my hair. I finished the other 3 sections. So let me show you how I go about doing this. I'm going to separate apart with my fingers. I like to use my fingers as much as I can. It's my natural comb. And I'm going to feel and make sure there's no tangles in here because I have been running across tangles even though my hair is blow dried. It's like you can never get all the tangles out of kinky curly hair. Oh, here's one right here. So I'm gonna work my way through this very gently by finger detangling, pulling each strand out of the knot until the knot slides down the hair strand. And the more practice you get with this, the better you'll get. It is time consuming, but like I said, it's worth it because of the health of your hair. You don't want to just be pulling strands out of your hair. Okay, so there's like some shed hairs. I don't know if you can see that. Shed hairs came out. Where is my... Okay. So I'm going to take my Denman brush and just make sure everything's all smooth. I actually do the chase method and I use my Denman brush as the form of chasing it. So I do 1, 2 at the root, all the way down. All the way down. And then I'm going to do one more. I only run the flat iron across my hair twice. If it doesn't get it straight, you know, with that, with the twice, or running the flat iron through it twice, then that's just too bad. Because I don't want to just totally damage my hair in the process of doing this. Okay, and I'm just going to keep working my way up by doing this. And I want to go ahead and talk about just some of the things I've been experiencing in the last few months. I think it has been, 10 months since I last straightened my hair. And I can see a huge improvement, first of all, in length. That's the first thing I noticed. The length of my hair. My hair has gotten significantly longer. I haven't measured it, so I don't exactly know the measurements in which it has gotten longer, but you can just go look at my other video, my last video where my hair was straight. That was about almost a year ago. I did straighten it one other time after that summer. And after that, I made a pledge to myself that I was not going to straighten my hair for either a year or almost a year because I wanted to just totally get rid of the heat off my hair to see what kind of results I would get from that. And I feel like I've gotten great results from that. Like I said, I want to be gentle, making sure you're not pulling anything. If you have soreness in your scalp from doing this, that means you're pulling your strands too hard. So, like I said, 1, 2 on the roots and down the rest of the hair shaft. You see the steam coming from it. That is the steam from the product on my hair. I only used a conditioner and I deep conditioned with it, and that's all I have in my hair. I don't have any other heat protectant. I sat under the dryer for 30 minutes. That way that product baked into my hair. So I don't need to go in with an additional heat protectant, if that makes sense. So, pretty sleek results. My hair, let me tell you guys about what I've been experimenting. I've been experimenting on my body in a couple different ways, but one way has been my hair. Now, some of you are probably going to think I'm crazy when I say this, but I'm experimenting on not washing my hair. And let me explain in further detail. I haven't been washing my hair. I haven't washed my hair in almost over about 2 months now. And what I'm trying to do is monitor my sebum levels. Sebum or sebum, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, whichever way you want to pronounce it. But for those of you who don't know what sebum is, it is your body's natural oils, your skin's natural oils, and your hair's natural oils. And the scalp produces it, and it's supposed to coat the hair strand as sort of like a natural conditioner. And it coats the hair strand to the point where you shouldn't need synthetic or chemical products to coat the hair. Just like everything else, the body is self-sufficient. You don't need external materials to maintain it. And if you do, excuse me, that was my phone. And if you do, then that may mean that you're doing something wrong. Our body Our bodies are very self-sufficient. They do exactly what they need to do to maintain themselves. And it's not until we put, the wrong things in it that just screws us up and gets us off balance. But anyway, so where I was going with that is that I think I just straightened that strand 3 times. That's why I don't like to talk when I'm doing it, because I get off track. But anyways, I have been not washing my hair because I want to what am I trying to say? I have not been washing my hair because I want to keep an eye on what it is that the sebum is actually doing to my hair. From how it smells coming on my scalp. Is my scalp stinky? Is it, when I scratch my scalp, do I get dirt in my nails? Is it actually dirt, or is it the oil? And if I actually, kind of rub it into my hands, does it, melt in my hands like an oil, kind of like a shea butter or coconut oil? And I found that it actually does, and that makes sense to me because I've read that once we go outside and we're in the sunlight, direct sunlight, it's supposed to actually melt the sebum off the scalp, or it's supposed to melt the sebum that's on the scalp into the hair strands, so it kind of coats the hair strands. It kind of melts onto the hair strands to protect it like a heat protector, or like an oil or like a conditioner would do. So once I read up on that, I got really intrigued and I wanted to experiment and try it on my own hair. And I believe that's part of the reason why I'm experiencing such not really oily hair, but my hair does have a really light oil on it. And I know it's not from the conditioner. It has a really light oil on it. Kind of feels like I used either coconut oil or something on my hair before I straightened it, but I didn't. And I know it's because of the me allowing the sebum to run down my strands and coat my strands to protect them. So, and I really believe that this is beneficial. How could it not be? If your body produces it, it's beneficial in some type of way for you. So, and I believe it's directly in relation to the type of diet that you had. Just like any other perspiration areas, or areas where you sweat, and it can tend to be a little bit unpleasant, the smell, and that comes from the toxins that we have in our body. The smell comes from the odors that are generating outside of our body from what's going on inside of our body. So I feel like, excuse me if I keep looking at the laptop and not the camera lens. I'm still getting used to that. But so yeah, I believe that the sebum that is produced from our scalp is in direct relation to our diet, and if we don't necessarily have a clean diet, our sebum that comes out of our scalp isn't necessarily going to be clean or be, as productive as it could be if it were, if you were on a raw diet or eating, a clean diet. And that's also something I've been experimenting with on my body. It's just, eating more clean, eating more raw and organic. So, and I've been really loving the changes that I'm seeing in my body. That is something else that I'm going to start documenting, just for others, just to share. Now, I come across these sections of my hair where I guess the roots are so thick, so I didn't totally blow dry some parts of the roots because they're still damp. So I'm just going to take my blow dryer right here and kind of, zap it, hit those areas before I go into flat iron, because if you don't, you will burn your hair. If you put a hot flat iron up to a damp scalp or damp hair, it's going to burn it. So I'm going to take this blow dryer and zap it real quick. Okay, I got that. Now, with that being said, before I did proceed to straighten my hair, I washed it with baking soda only. I washed it in the shower and I took a bottle of water mixed with equal parts of baking soda, And I scrubbed my scalp with this. I poured it over my head and I scrubbed my scalp with this to get all of the oils. Well, I thought I was getting all the oils out of my hair as well as the debris or, old product, whatever there is. I don't use any chemical products or store-bought products on my hair from a day-to-day basis. I just use coconut oil. So I really didn't have much of a problem with, you know, product buildup. So that's why I feel like these oils on my hair are my natural oils because the baking soda would have washed the coconut oil out of my hair if that's what I had left in my hair. So, but yeah, I'm really happy with the changes I'm seeing in my body and my hair and my spirit. Everything is all in direct relation to one another, and I honestly believe that the quicker we understand that, the better we understand that, the better we understand ourselves and our bodies and our mental states and why we come across so many different diseases or viruses, whatever the case. I really do believe that, and I'm seeing firsthand results in my own body. So, um, but as far as hair, I have been just really taking it very lightly. I've been very natural with my hair, if that makes sense. I haven't, like I said, used any products. I don't use shampoos. I don't use conditioners. I don't deep condition my hair anymore. I just let it be. I let it be in its natural state. And I feel like that is the most beneficial for it. I feel like as soon as you start, you know, um, driving away from what's natural, the further and further you drive away from what's natural, the more damage you're going to cause. And that's why, I believe that anytime you flat iron your hair or put heat to it or take it out of its natural state, with some type of heat tools or it's going to be damaging. There's no way around that, because you're taking it out of its natural state. So you're going to be causing some type of damage anytime you take it out of its natural state. Now, that's the reason why I chose to limit the amount of times that I take my hair out of its natural state. I just want to eliminate the damage or minimize the damage to my hair. Excuse me again, that's my phone. If I want to minimize the damage that I do to my hair, I'm just going to minimize the amount of times that I take it out of its natural state. And that's all you need to do. It's a scientific fact that a human being's hair on their head grows for their whole lifetime. We are the only species out there whose hair grows their whole lifetime. And to me, that's very significant. That's another reason why I pledge to never cut my hair. I feel like it definitely serves a very important spiritual, I believe it serves a very important spiritual aspect of our lives. It connects us in some sort of way for it to grow and maintain all this memory in our hair. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what any scientist wants to tell me that my hair is dead. My hair is not dead. That's the reason why when I pull and tug on my hair, it hurts. It's coming directly from my scalp. It hurts. It's a part of my nervous system. And don't let anybody ever tell you any different. If you treat it as any different, like that it's not a part of your body, you'll see exactly how it responds. It dies, it fries, it looks lifeless, it doesn't have movement, it's all of the above. You get split ends and everything else. It's just, cut it. I do not believe in cutting my hair anymore. If I see like an end that needs to be dusted, don't get me wrong, I'll dust it, but I will not cut up to more than a half an inch off my hair. I don't feel like there's any need to. If I have damaged hair, it will get to the end eventually because I don't do anything damaging to my hair for the damage to remain there, if that makes sense. So, once the damage gets to the end, I'll deal with it accordingly. But other than that, I'm not gonna, oh, this piece looks damaging. This piece looks damaging. My hair is gonna grow. It's gonna grow. And If I see a damaged area, then I'll handle it accordingly. But I don't just run through my hair and look for pieces to cut. I'll cut out single strand knots out of my hair, or if there's just a really tangled, which I don't come across often at all. That's the importance of maintaining the hair and keeping it detangled and keeping it thoroughly nourished with water, which is essential. The only essential need for your hair is water, because our hair is curly and it dries out very easily. Even with the sebum from the environmental factors, the hair dries out. So the most important ingredient that you need for your hair is water. Fresh, clean water. Okay, so now I have a few frizzies on top. I'm not really concerned about that. I probably will go back and straighten those once I get a better look at my hair in the mirror, because I'm pretty far away from the mirror right now. I'm just looking at my laptop screen and kind of doing this like that. My hair feels so silky, so healthy, so full of life, and it is extremely long. I feel like it has really grown since the last time I had it straight. And I know that's all due to, my pledge to not do damaging things to my hair anymore and let it be as natural as it can be. As natural as it can be. Keep your hair in the most natural state, and I promise you it will thrive. Keep your body in the most natural state, and I promise it will thrive. Okay, so my hair has not, it's never done this at the ends, or kind of, really throughout the whole head. My hair has always been like really, and I feel like that's part of the oil that's in there. It's always been really flowy, but that's when I totally deprive it of its oils. If I would have used a chemical-based shampoo, it would have totally stripped my hair of all the natural oils. And that's what I didn't want. For some women, that's ideal, but for me, it's not anymore. And I don't like the way it makes my hair feel. So I used baking soda, and I still feel like I have a ton of natural oils in my hair, which I absolutely love because it feels so healthy and so soft right now. So yeah, I will come back and probably show you guys a glimpse of how it looks tomorrow, because I like to pin curl it a bit at night. Actually, I might just keep it straight for the next few days and just wrap it, but I feel like that makes the hair lay a lot better than how it looks on first day. But here's a glimpse of my hair and how it's grown. I am pushing for a tailbone, or not tailbone, excuse me, waist length hair, which is, to me, here. So I would say I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. I'm getting there. All due to natural, being natural. Mother Nature. Go to Mother Nature for nurturing and to understand how to take care of yourself. Promise she won't steer you wrong. But yeah, so I'll come back and show you guys how this looks tomorrow.